Hi everyone, I'm Itana Gonzalez, Realtor with Avenues Unlimited. I'm sitting with Jason Pettis, lender with Annie Mac Mortgage. Welcome back to Ask Your Lender. So Jason, last time I remember we were talking about the 3 different buckets, right? And I think you mentioned that credit was the first bucket?
That's right.
Okay, so I'm a millennial and a lot of my friends are millennials. And credit has always been portrayed to us as like a bad thing. Is that true, or like can you teach us a little bit more about that?
Definitely. So, the first thing that I want to kind of break down for you guys is how your credit score is calculated. So 35% of the credit is going to be based on if you make your payments on time. So you've got to make your payments on time, guys, especially if you're dealing with like a $25 minimum payment. You can't be late on that, because if you're late on a $25 minimum payment, what's the chances that you're going to be able to make a $1,400, $1,500 mortgage payment on time? So that's number one. The number 2 biggest factor in your credit score is your balance to limit ratio on your revolving debt. Revolving debt is going to be credit cards and things like that, lines of credit maybe at your bank. But if you've got a $1,000 limit, the sweet spot is about 30%. You don't want to be charging more than 30% on your available balances. So if you've got $1,000 available and you're charging more than $300, that credit card is technically hurting your score. If you get that limit down to $300 and you keep it there or below, that credit card will then start to improve your credit score. So, really when you're looking at that, 65% of your credit score is calculated based on whether or not you make your payments on time and if you're overcharging on your cards. The other 45% are going to be the length of how long the credit has been opened and the different types of credit. We've got revolving, again, which is credit cards and lines of credit. We've got installment, which is going to be auto loans, student loans, fixed rate, fixed payment types of loans. You're going to have negative credit, which technically could be collections, which those will also drive your credit score down. So really, the number one thing that I think you should walk away from this video understanding is just kind of how your credit score is calculated and what things you can do to improve your score and the things that will actually hurt your score.
Okay, so what if you don't have any credit at all?
Well, if you want to buy a house, that's a bad thing. Now, there are loan programs out there that will allow and accept non-traditional credit. Non-traditional credit are going to be different types of things that have to be paid, like your Xcel Energy, for an example. You can get a schedule from Xcel Energy that shows when you make your payments versus when they're due. If you're on time, we could technically use that for one of these non-traditional loan programs. But if you're wanting to, move forward with a down payment assistance loan or, a conventional loan, FHA, VA, we've got to have some sort of credit history. So if you don't have any credit, my suggestion would be research. Look into a secured credit card. Secured credit card is essentially, hi creditor, here's $300. Hi consumer, here's a $300 credit card. Now you've got a $300 credit card that you can use. Now you don't want to go spend $300 on that card because now you're going to be at 100% usage. You want to, keep that credit card less than $100 at any given time. Use it, pay it in full. Use it, pay it in full. And, within 6, 7, 8 months, you're going to be, if you're starting from nothing, no negative, and you go get yourself a secured credit card and you use it and pay it in full for about 6 months, you'll probably have around a 700 credit score at that point.
Okay, well, thank you so much for that information. I hope you guys got something about credit. Until next time.
See ya.